What up? It's Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, depending what time zone you're in, it's Wednesday night or Thursday morning. Wednesday nighters, we are at hump day. The weekend's 2 days away. And Thursday morningers, we are jealous of y'all because you only got one more work day to get up to get to. Not for me, though, because I work 7 days a week. All right, let's get it, man. All right, I have a great show set up for you guys today. Oh, I forgot to count. I got a couple of breaking stories, all right? Protesters project Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein's image onto Windson Castle in England. Nancy Mace gets major backlash for saying Trannies F Off. Bill Ackman denies blackmailing Charlie Kirk as claimed by Owens. Jay-Z loses his casino bid, Bribery and Backroom deals to blame, allegedly. Don't send me any cease and desist letters, Rock Nation. And lastly, in breaking news, we have an update on Trey Reed, the black student found hung from a tree. In lead stories, we're going to talk Charlie Kirk getting backlash for what he said about Muslims and Gaza. Kash Patel denies Epstein Client List and says no women were trafficked. The audacity. And body found in music artist David's car trunk has been identified. In quick news, we're going to talk about Stephen A. Smith, Cardi B, Kash Patel, Charlie Kirk, and MLK. As always, we're going to close out the show with comments of the day, social discussion of the day, question of the day, and that's it. I cracked myself up. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, your radio devices up. Yeah, I'm in a good mood. Let's go. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. All right, y'all, we have a fresh breaking story for you. We were just about to upload the episode and this just broke, so I wanted to get this in here for you. Jimmy Kimmel's show axed. Did he push too far calling Tyler Maga, or is this just free speech? Here are the details. Listen to this. Sorry, as I pull it up. Jimmy Kimmel's late night empire just hit an indefinite pause after he stepped into the most dangerous territory yet, the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. ABC pulled Jimmy Kimmel Live off the air. Kimmel accused the MAGA crowd of twisting Kirk's unaliver into the political fold. Meanwhile, Nexstar yanked the show from dozens of local markets. In the middle of rising political violence, intense polarization, and the MAGA versus left culture battle, people are screaming, was this a stand for truth or reckless provocation and demand of censorship? When a joke, or in this case, a monologue, gets taken off the air, what does that say about power, speech, and who gets silenced? I'm going to play a clip for you of what Jimmy Kimmel said. And then I'll read to you the letter or the press release that ABC put out. Now, a lot of people online are like, he just made a joke. It's not the overall joke. It's the one little line suggesting that Tyler is MAGA. That is what's setting everybody off. Not the joke about Donald Trump not mourning Charlie Kirk. I'm not going to play the whole thing for you, so let me just describe it because I can't play the whole thing for copyright reasons. I'm sure you guys have seen when a reporter said, how are you mourning? How are you dealing with the unaliving of Charlie? And he said, I'm doing fine. And by the way, look at the garden over here and look at the landscape. And then Jimmy Kimmel comes back and jokes and is like, oh yeah, it really sounds like he's in mourning. He's in his fourth stage of grief, construction. But it's the sentence before all of that when Jimmy says, they're trying to say that Tyler wasn't part of MAGA. That is what he got let go for. Here is a quick clip, and then I'll read to you the comments. Take a listen.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA desperately trying to characterize this kid who Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them and doing everything they can to score political points from it. You can see how hard the president is taking this.
My condolences on the loss of your friend Charlie Kirk. May I ask, sir, personally, how are you holding up over the last day and a half, sir?
I think very good. And by the way, right there, you see all the trucks? They just started construction of the new ballroom.
He's at the fourth stage of grief, construction.
See, it's trying to say that Tyler is anything but one of them. That is it. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying there's a lot of misconceptions online and people are like, oh, he made a joke about Trump and he was fired for making a joke about Trump. Now, do I think that he should be fired for saying what he feels Tyler is? He feels like Tyler is Maga. Isn't that his freedom of speech? All right, here is what ABC said. I won't read the whole letter, but it's Nexstar Media, blah, 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 and its affiliate would preempt Jimmy Kimmel Live for the foreseeable future, beginning with tonight's show. Nexstar strongly objects the recent comments made by Mr. Kimmel concerning the unaliving of Charlie Kirk and will replace the show with other program in NBC's affiliate markets. Mr. Kimmel's comments about the unaliving of Mr. Kirk are offensive and insensitive at a critical time in our nation's political discourse, and we do not believe they reflect the spectrum of opinions, views, or values of local communities in which we are located, said Andrew Alford, president of Nexstar Broadcasting Division. Continuing to give Mr. Kimmel a broadcast platform in the communities we serve is simply not in the public's interest at the current time, and we have made a difficult decision to preempt his show in efforts to let cooler heads prevail as we move towards the resumption of respectful, constructive dialogue. Wow! It begins, people. I've been saying this for a couple of days now, like things, tension heating up, schools, this. I have a few more in the show here. Jimmy Kimmel said, MAGA is trying to act like Tyler Robinson is not one of them and gets fired, show yanked off the air. From they had the they were doing the campaigning, they were saying the Democrats, the left, Donald Trump is going to go after everybody he doesn't like. He is going to have everything set up where you cannot say anything that he doesn't like. I'm going to go out on a limb here. I know this just happened, but this might be the beginning of the shift in America. This might be the moment that we remember where things have taken a turn and not a positive turn. I think things are going to be very different tomorrow morning in the United States, and this is the beginning. It's been heating up. This is the beginning. I hope I'm wrong, but this is crazy. Wow. Anyways, this just came out. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. We'll talk about this more tomorrow. I'm sure we'll get more information. Jimmy Kimmel I'm sure he'll make a statement. We'll bring you to tomorrow. This is literally hot right now, like happened half an hour ago. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Our first breaking story. Protesters project Trump and Epstein's image on Windsor Castle. Arrests follow. All right, British activists just took red carpet diplomacy to a dark level, projecting Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein onto Windsor's Castle just as Trump touched down in the UK for his second state visit. 4 people were arrested for the projection stunt, tagged with miscellaneous communication after images of Epstein's victims allege Donald Trump Epstein ties and even the birthday letter resurfaced. The White House says the letter is fake. Prosecutors say it's adding fuel to the scandal that Trump had public ties, and they are not true. This isn't just a protest, it's a direct jab. With Epstein allegations hanging over Trump and his relationship to his power, this projection seems like more than drama. It's a spotlight on secrets many want to keep hidden. Is this street activism or something that could force Trump's own past out into the open? All right, I'm going to put... This is the kind of shenanigans I love, by the way, regardless if you're a Trump fan or not. This is hilarious. Like, look at these pictures. That's Windsor Castle, and I'm going to show you pictures of Windsor Castle after. Look how huge that is being projected. And for those of you who don't know, this is where Trump is staying, or the ceremony is going to be at Windsor Castle. There's Buckingham Palace and then Windsor Castle, and I think arguably like Windsor Castle is probably the more grander of the two, although the king and queen, the king and queen. Do you call them the king and queen? Is Charles's wife the queen? No. Anyways, the king and his wife, whatever it is, sorry, I'm not British. They live in Buckingham Palace. But I heard somebody saying that Windsor Palace was that much more like prestigious. Anyways, having this on one of the most prestigious buildings to me is hilarious. Like I said, like I think even Trump probably in the back of his head will never admit it, but this is hilarious. This is the kind of shenanigans that's just great. Look at this one here. That's hilarious to me. Look at this one here on the floor. That's great work, yo. Here is a picture of the actual castle itself. Good stuff, I tell you, good stuff. Anyways, sound off below. Let me know what you think about this. It's not going to change anything, but it's just funny, and you're just poking fun at Donald Trump. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. Our second breaking story, something not as funny. Nancy Mace tells Don Lemon, trannies want me unalived because I'm I'm a RAPE victim. Tell them to F off. All right, a lot of things I got to hide in there. Let's see if I can get through the caption. Not flagged. Things got heated when Nancy Mace sat down with Don Lemon. Okay, she didn't sit down. They're literally on the street. Dropping shocking claims that transgender activists want her unalived because she is a survivor of RAPE. Mace doubled down, saying her trauma is being weaponized against her and that she fears and that her safety is at risk simply for speaking out. The comments instantly ignited outrage online, with critics accusing her of fear-mongering and scapegoating, while supporters praise her for telling the truth nobody else will say. In today's climate, where debates over gender, politics, and personal trauma collide, Mace's words have been called everything from brave to reckless. Is she exposing a dangerous reality or fueling division with her explosive claims? All right, I'm going to play the video for you. I won't be able to play a lot of it because there's a lot of words that we have to bleep out, but I'll play it, but there will be a lot of bleeps. All right, take a listen.
Pro-transgender commentary on the don't give me the bullshit
that could very well be so, but we don't know if that's true right now.
Was a transgender, was a tranny. Come on, let's be honest about this.
That's disrespectful.
Republicans vote to table.
I really don't care because there are a lot of trannies out there that want me dead because I'm a rape victim who wants privacy in the bathroom. The trannies can F off. I don't care. They want to kill me, and they're not going to.
So all this is the same things that we've been talking about for the past week or so, and I mean, of course, even before, but now it's just heightened. This is just a result of Charlie Kirk unaliving and the right, I should say the right, just the right and left, both using this incident to, heighten their public, their public, what's the word I'm looking for? Their own political agenda. That's the word I'm looking for. That's what I feel everybody's doing right now. And I'm not even a Charlie Kirk supporter at all. I've been very honest about that. But if I was Charlie Kirk's family member or friend or whatever, I would be disgusted by both sides that these politicians daily are going viral and using my friend, my husband, my brother, my son, my whatever to push their political agendas. Like why is Nancy making this about her? She started the conversation off talking about Charlie and talking about the casings and what was inscribed on it. And then she flips it into her. Yeah, the casings had this and had that. And, he was with a tranny anyways. And this is a whole tranny movement and this and this and this. And they want to come after me because I'm a survivor. Like, this is not about you. This is not about you. I've said this before. I feel like every politician that talks about this, the one thing that they should talk about, the two things. One is say that this was wrong, denounce it, say no matter what side you're on, this is not right. Political violence is not right. And two, they should be talking about GUN control. GUN control. We should have more laws, and these things need to come off the streets. That should be the conversation, not your own political agenda. I think it's disgusting. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our third breaking story, Bill Ackman denies Candace Owens' blackmail claims in Kirk intervention allegations. Okay, I'll read you the caption and then I'll give you briefly what Bill Ackman has said. I'm not going to read you the whole thing because it was a lengthy response, but just let me read you the caption for those who may miss a couple of shows. I want to bring you up to speed and then let you know this is the gentleman that Candace Owens is accusing of maybe having something to do with Charlie Kirk's unaliving, saying that Charlie Kirk was at his house 2 weeks prior to his unaliving, put him on the phone with Benjamin Netanyahu saying, hey, we don't, your stance on Israel is changing. We want to offer you money, want to offer you this or whatever. And Candace Owens is doing her thing. I gave her credit the past couple of days. Want to make sure I do that every time I open my mouth about her. Again, I'm not always the biggest fan, but y'all know I give credit when credit is due. Candace is doing her thing, yo. Anyways, but also credit to Bill Ackman because he replied, right? Anyways, Candace Owens just dropped a nuclear claim. Bill Ackman saying that Bill Ackman cornered Charlie Kirk in the Hamptons, pressuring him with pro-Israel demands, money offers, and a thinly woven thread, only weeks before Kirk's unaliving. Ackman is scrambling to deny it all, calling the story totally false and slander, but the timing has America asking, was Charlie Kirk silenced for refusing to play ball? Was this a political warning dressed in a friendly meeting, or is the establishment closing ranks to blur the truth? Okay. With race wars and campus riots and unaliving shaking the country, this looks less like politics and more like a shadow incident in plain sight. Okay. The question is Ackman lying or is Candace telling the truth? Okay. So I'm going to read you the first line of his tweet, or the first page of his tweet. It is 10 pages or 10 tweets long. Like I said, I won't read it. If you guys want to see the full thing, head on over to the Trend Out Loud Show on Instagram. It's there in full, okay? He said, this afternoon, which was actually a couple of days ago or yesterday, this afternoon, Candace Owens slandered me by accusing me of staging an intervention with Charlie Kirk in which threats were made with respect to his supposed evolving stance on Israel at an event I hosted in the Hamptons. Candace also intimated that I blackmailed Charlie. On the show, Candace said that she would be very happy for me to dispute this narrative. While it pains me to drive more traffic to her program, I am responding here to clear my name. It saddens me that we live in a society where social media influencers seek to monetize the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. For the record, at no time have I ever threatened Charlie Kirk, Turning Point, or anybody associated. And then it continues, okay? Couple of things that I want to highlight here. First of all, he's saying that it's not true, okay? Second of all, this is what I said when I first heard about Candace Owens speaking about this, because at first she warned, she said, stay tuned, I'm going to reveal the truth. Remember when it first, I think it was like the day after, the truth will be revealed. And I was like, Candace, I really hope you're not going to get on your show and like beat around the bush and run around in circles to try to like, gain views and get monetization and have millions and millions and millions of YouTube views, which means you're cashing in and you're not telling us anything. And that is what he's alluding to here. He said, he says, it saddens me. No, sorry, where was it here? I'll be very happy. While it pains me to drive more traffic to her program. See, that's exactly, he's like, I'm just by me replying to this, it's driving more traffic. And he said, it saddens me that we live in a society where social media influencers seek to monetize the unaliving of Charlie Kirk. Now, to be fair on Candace's side here, okay, this is not what she is doing. This is what I was afraid that she was doing, but she is not. If Candace was trying to monetize this and trying to make money, she would keep us on a string and keep us hanging and keep beating around the bush. She has not. She came out and showed us text messages. She said right away, Bill Ackman. She said Benjamin Netanyahu. She said a couple other people. She could have drug this out and have people keep tuning in daily. She came out right with the gusto, and she's dropping names and taking risks. So shout out to her. And Bill saying that would have made sense in the beginning, but doesn't say now. So that leads me to believe that he's trying to discredit her if he is putting that in his second paragraph. Like I said, if it was before she said anything, it would be fair. But after knowing that she's actually coming out, she could have made 5 times more money off of this. So the fact that he put that in his first text lets me know that he is trying to deflect. If that was me, I wouldn't even talk about that. I would say I vehemently deny this. I don't hear anything. I wouldn't even say anything about Candace. I wouldn't even try to make her look bad. I would say, this is not true. I didn't do this, blah, 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 blah. Now, for those of you who are not going to go to the Trent Out Loud Show Instagram page to read the whole thing, I'll give you a very quick summary. He doesn't deny that Charlie was at his house. He said that he, I think, spoke with him on the phone. By the way, this is just my recollection, okay? This is not fact. This is not like verbatim. He said something about Charlie and him being on the phone, and Charlie saying that you need to be around more young people and he could bring some people to him. And they had some sort of difference of opinions on Israel. Then he said, Charlie said, hey, what I would like to do is I would actually like to come to your house in the Hamptons. I'll bring some people from my team. We can get 35 other young people, and we could have kind of what's the word that you use? Kind of like a gap, like a little summit. We'll have a summit. And he said, no problem. I'll host it. I'll pay for it. We'll have a little summit. I want to learn. I want to understand your movement. And he said that at this summit, it really went really well. They were talking and they had conversations. And at the end of it, they shook hands and they were supposed to continue their talks. And then a week or so after that, Charlie was unalived. So, he's being smart. He's never saying, hey, I never saw him. He didn't say he didn't come to his house. So who do you choose to believe here, right? Because there's no text messages, there's no evidence, there's no nothing, right? Did Charlie come back and tell Candace that he threatened him and he blackmailed them? Maybe, but how are we going to ever know? How are we going to know? How are we going to know who to believe? You know me, I'm always about receipts. Where are the receipts, right? Is it going to be a he said, she said? How does Candace... I think my next question would be, if Candace is saying this, I would assume that there may be some sort of a text messages from Charlie, because Candace said that was her little brother. And if he felt threatened or blackmailed by somebody this powerful, yes, I understand maybe you get on the phone, but through your text messages or your communication, I think that you would, if not directly, you would have said something about the phone conversation, anyways, by the way, I'm not even thinking about Bill Ackman and what he said to me or this, you know what I mean? There would be something there in his tone in the text messages. That is what I would like to see from Candace next. If you were so close to Charlie Kirk, that's what I think she should be able to produce. If you're going to be able to make such brazen allegations about somebody, I would hope you have more than just, Charlie told me this on the phone. So as you guys know, I'll keep on following close to this. This is interesting. And second of all, I would think that the police would want to be involved in this, right? Blackmail. And if he had something to do with this, wouldn't that be something that the police would want to investigate? Would this only just live on Candace Owens' YouTube page and on Bill Ackman's Twitter? Those are not just light allegations. And that's what I said. My only kind of little asterisk, even though I'm giving her props, is that shouldn't she go to the police and not just YouTube? Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. And if you want to check out the full thing verbatim, make sure you go to Instagram, The Trent Out Loud Show, and check it out.
Okay, so I want to be very clear here. No one, and I mean absolutely no one, outside of my husband and Erica Kirk, has the power to shut me up right now. That's it. 2 people. If you got to make an appeal, you got to go to them. Okay.
All right. Our fourth breaking story. Jay-Z casino dreams. It says unalived here. Jay-Z casino dreams are over. Okay. Dirty money, backroom deals, and bribery surface. All right, Jay-Z's $5.4 billion Times Square bid, backed by SL Green, Caesar, and Rock Nation, just went down in flames, rejected 4-2 by the community committee. But this wasn't just about slot machines and neon lights. Locals say Rock Nation tried to buy support, offering fat contracts to silent opposition. One tenant lender who spoke out suddenly, got a $20,000 a month offer from a rock-owned company. Coincidence, or is that a payoff? Mark Holiday blasted the vote as despicable, but maybe what's really despicable is the way this deal was pushed into the shadows. Some locals fire back with polls showing 67% oppose the plan, citing fears of crime, traffic, and Broadway being gutted. Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Caesars, was this about revitalizing Times Square, or was it about cash control or corruption? The casino is no longer viable when it comes to Rock Nation and L Caesars, but the question about what went down behind closed doors is just getting started. Okay, what do I say about this? Actually, I have a video of this. Was what's the guy's name? Bill, sorry, what's his name? I'm thinking Bill. Yeah, Mark Holiday. Here's Mark Holiday in the offices yelling at the committee after the vote was voted on and they lost. Take a look.
You know it. We met the standard and then some, and the only one with courage to stand up is the governor and the mayor appointees, and everybody else runs and hides. Go run and hide. Because what you did, the benefits you denied this community and this city and state, you have to live with that history forever.
Okay, I have a couple of things to say about this. If you go to our Instagram page, somebody made a comment like, why do you make these kind of captions? And this is not about, corruption and this or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And literally they just lost a bit. Okay, first of all, stop it, okay? This is the world in which we live in. There's always something going on, okay? And you heard a person come forward saying that, he got offered $20,000 a month. These kind of things happen all the time when you're talking about billions of dollars. It's a $5 billion casino. Of course, they're going to go around and say, hey, if you, vote for me, then I'll, slide this contract, slide that contract, et cetera, et cetera. I'll give you this. I'll make you build this. I'll buy the couches from you. Come on, we got to get everybody together on our side. If you don't think that happens, then you just don't understand how the world works. And, I got some ice to sell you in July. Okay. Now, more of what I want to talk about is since Jay-Z's case with Tony Busby and Jane Doe in around November, I think that happened, or December, things have not been looking good for Jay-Z. I've talked to you guys a bunch about him and Beyonce having issues. I talked to you guys about them remortgaging their mansion for $50 million. I talked to you guys about Rock Nation, their CEO, Des Perez, and her daughter taking her to court. Des saying that, Rock Nation is, on its last leg. They're losing money, etc. So while Jay technically beat Tony Busby and got that case thrown out, by the way, Jay has a defamation lawsuit against Jane Doe, which now could actually be flipped on him for harassment, and he might get sued again, which is so stupid of him. I have always said, why doesn't he just let it go? But I digress. Let's stick on the casino. I say all of that to say, yes, Jay-Z technically won that court case against Tony Busby, but I still feel like his overall reputation has been damaged. And I think that's where the problems in their marriage are stemming from, because the overall brand that was once maybe the most powerful brand in music is not so powerful anymore. And this is evidence of it. Jay-Z was so invested in this casino, so much time, so much money, so much effort into this casino. For him to take this loss, this might be the straw that broke the camel's back. This might be the evidence that we need that Jay-Z is no longer the Jay-Z business billionaire powerhouse that can get anything done. People have been talking about it all summer. There's YouTubers, influencers, the industry. Him not getting this done is not good. He has done a lot over the past, I want to say 10 years. The New Jersey, the Brooklyn Nets, getting the stadium built, the stuff that he's done with the NFL, the stuff that he's done with his investments. Just, you go over the past 10 years, like JC has always won. He took a little bit of a hit with Tidal. Okay, it didn't do what it was supposed to do and transform the industry, but he still sold it to Jack Dempsey or was it Jack Dempsey or like Verizon or something for like 250 mil, his champagne. Tell me the last big win in the past year for Jay. So this is why this is so monumental. And then also too, there is the shady backroom deals, bribery and stuff now that is being attached to this. I don't know. And then again, in closing, I feel like this is the problem in the Carter household that everybody has been talking about. And it's no longer whispers, it's louder and louder. We shall see. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, our fifth breaking story. I'm not used to having so many breaking stories, but it's hot this week. All right, our fifth breaking story. Police reportedly, this is an update on Trey Reed. I'm so upset at this whole case. I've been talking about this all week. We were one of the first ones to break this news story before it touched on any mainstream media. I don't even think it's on mainstream media yet, actually, because I haven't heard it on Fox or CNN or MSNBC, and I'm always tuned in. I'm now seeing it hit some of the bigger blogs, but shout out to the team. So we told you about Trey Reed. We also told you yesterday about another person found in Mississippi that was hung from a tree. Corey Zelinsky, I think, or not Zelinsky, something with a Z. I'm sorry, I'm forgetting his name. And the police, for those who don't know, the police have always said, no foul play, nothing. Listen to this update I have for you guys, okay? Police reportedly told Trey Reed's family that he was found unalived in his dorm room. The family learned that he was found hanging from a tree by watching the news. And y'all want to try to tell me that nothing's going on? I see some people in the comment section. Oh, the coroner said, there's no bruising. He said there's no broken arms, no nothing. I told you guys yesterday, the coroner said that, but he finished off by saying, I'm not going to say anymore. I'm going to stay out of it. If that's the case, why don't you keep on staying there and asking a million more questions? If I'm telling the truth, you can ask me as many questions as you want. Why are you going to keep your mouth shut? And then why does the family have to find out about their son this way? This is horrible, man. I'll give you guys a little update, but I think I already told you everything. Troubling details are coming out of the case of 21-year-old Delta State University student Trey Reed, whose body was discovered on campus September the 15th. What's raising serious concern is the fact that authorities had given conflicting accounts of where Trey's body was found. According to Trey's family, the sheriff came to their home around 9:15 a.m. and informed them that Trey was found unalived in his dorm room in his bed. But only hours later, Delta State University police chief stated publicly that Trey's body was actually discovered hanging from a tree in the middle of campus at 7:05 a.m. Why are you lying? Oh, this contradiction has left the Reed family devastated and demanding clarity. Their attorney, Vanessa Jones, criticized both the university and accounting officials for failing to communicate directly with the family while the media learned details before dated. The family now is calling for the release of surveillance footage from campus and has requested an independent autopsy. Civil rights activist Ben Crump has joined the family along with U.S. Rep. Benny Thompson, who urged the Department of Justice and FBI to investigate. Okay, that last sentence was the best news I've heard because for the past 4 days, I've been saying, get the surveillance footage. Even everybody in the comment section has been saying that, my comment section. Where's the surveillance footage? It's a college campus. There's no places where there's nothing there. If he did it to himself, you'll see him walking there. Or if somebody brought him, you'll see it. There's surveillance footage. Why haven't we got it yet? This is total BS if you ask me. But Benjamin Crunk is on the case, and I know him and his team well. I actually spoke with him when I was dealing with my whole Nike thing. So shout out to the whole team. If Ben Crump is on this, whoop, whoop. I know everybody doesn't like him, but trust me, he is sound. And the fact that there's a senator on this or somebody in the U.S. Representative is asking for the FBI to investigate. We shall get to the bottom of this shortly. We did our job. We got this story public. We got it not national yet, but we will get it national. Shout out to the Out Louders and anybody else who watched and called anything or did anything. Shout out to y'all. Anyways, comment below. Let me know what you guys think about these conflicting stories and why you think they lied to the family. Let me know in the comment section below. Our first lead story. Charlie Kirk's stupid Muslim clip resurfaces and his Gaza comments spark backlash. An old clip of Charlie Kirk is blowing up online where he allegedly said something about Gaza having no more tall buildings and added, maybe you shouldn't be unaliving Jews, stupid Muslims. In today's climate, there's words I can't say. In today's climate, there's a lot of tension, and these words are being called racist, dehumanizing, and dangerous. Was Kirk joking, ranting, or exposing what he really thinks? Social media is in chaos. Some are demanding accountability. Others are calling it propaganda. But one thing is clear is the country is already on fire, and words like this just don't vanish. They ignite. Do you think this clip is a smoking gun or just another attempt to silence Kirk? All right, here is the video. Take a look.
So, it's funny. I used to say that, hey, if you as a gay person would go to Gaza, they'd throw you off of tall buildings, right? Now they don't have any tall buildings left, so I don't... Is that too soon? I'm sorry. Maybe you shouldn't kill Jews, stupid Muslims.
All right, I mean, this is just the latest, video to surface of like the thousands of things Charlie Kirk has said. I don't know why this one is so big. I don't know, maybe because they're talking about the whole Israel thing with Candace Owens and Bill Ackman. I am not too sure. The first line, I guess was humor in his head, but still a disgusting thing to say, even if in your head you think it is funny. And I think that that's the problem with Charlie Kirk and anybody who tries to defend him is, you might like him and you might like his views, but you can't get around the fact that a lot of the things that he said were just plain out wrong or plain not funny or plain just incorrect, you know what I mean? Or plain just divisive. So, this video doesn't shock me because, I do a show every day. So I think I've seen pretty much every clip. When this first happened, I actually did like a top 10 or a top 15 of Charlie Kirk, one-liners that were shocking if you guys want to go back and check it out. But yeah, I'm not shocked. This is who Charlie Kirk was. I think more what I'm shocked about is that somebody could say these things 20 times over and then every team but 5 teams in the NFL on Sunday held a moment of silence. That to me is what I find shocking. Not what he said, it's what is going on. And I actually have a story later on about kids comparing him to Martin Luther King Jr. That is what's shocking to me. I understand having some supporters. I mean, some evil people have like supporters. And I'm not saying he's evil, but I'm just making a comparison. But the level of support, the level of government support, the level of, things that they're asking the nation to do, like lowering the flags to have staff across the entire country. For somebody who says something like this, if Joe Biden, if Barack Obama, if Michelle Obama, if Jasmine Crockett, if anybody, Bernie Sanders would say anything remotely close to this, their whole entire career would be over. Forget a scandal or backlash. It would be over. Like, step down. We'll never see you again. Just go to Jamaica or go to the islands or something. Your career is done. It's vacation time for you. This is what's shocking to me. Anyways, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our second lead story. Kash Patel denies Epstein's client list existed and says no women were trafficked. All right, Kash Patel just dropped a statement that's shaking the internet. No credible information, none that Epstein trafficked women to others. He claims only Epstein himself was involved, despite wild rumors for years about powerful people and a client list. Many insiders say the truth has been locked away since 2008, when shady deals and gag orders crippled the investigation. People aren't buying the silence anymore in a nation already on the edge after scandals of unaliving and a political divide. This is this credible information? Do you believe Kash Patel or not? Kash Patel, like, he just keeps digging a bigger hole and a bigger hole for himself. I have a video. Take a look.
You've seen most of the files. Who, if anyone, did Epstein traffic these young women to besides himself?
Himself. There is no credible information. None. If there were, I would bring the case yesterday that he trafficked to other individuals. And the information we have, again, is limited.
So the answer is no one?
For the information that we have.
In the files?
In the case file.
Okay.
All right. Rumors are that Donald Trump is getting a lot of pressure to fire Kash Patel. Not for these comments, because, I mean, he's protecting Trump, but for his handling of the Charlie Kirk unaliving. The tweet saying that they had the wrong person and a couple of other things that he's doing. When he's in these talks with senators, he's not handling himself too well. I actually have another thing in quick news about Kash Patel. Now, yes, Kash might not be suitable for the job. He might be a horrible FBI director, but Kash has seen the Epstein files. Kash has been privy to information. Do you think Donald Trump would actually take the risk of firing the man who has seen everything in the Epstein files and who's currently risking his political capital to continue to lie for Donald Trump and to hide things from the people for Donald Trump? I actually think Kash Patel has the safest job in the world because he can't fire him. Are you crazy? The only way that you'll see him fired is if Kash Patel is that much of a soldier and says, listen, I messed up with the Charlie Kirk thing. I messed up with this questioning, etc., whatever. I don't want to make you look even worse than things are right now. I can tell there's a lot of pressure. It's all right. Fire me and put me somewhere else. If they have some internal investigation, but if Kash does not want to leave, Trump is not going to fire him. Are you crazy? He knows too much. He can't fire him. Anyways, let me know what you guys think about all this in the comment section below. Our third lead story. I don't know if I could say this. Anyways, a young person's body found in the trunk of David's Tesla identified. Mom speaks out. The nightmare is real. Authorities have confirmed the body found stuff in the car trunk. I'm also afraid to not get flagged. Of the singer David's Tesla, belonged to a young lady, let's just say that was missing since April. Her mother told TMZ she knew it was her daughter the moment police described a tattoo on the victim's finger that read, "Shh," a chilling match to her daughter's ink. Her daughter's remains were discovered in Hollywood after the Tesla was towed and impounded. The vehicle registered in Texas was never reported stolen. Now fans are asking, why was she there missing in his car? Okay, sorry, this is really hard to read without saying all of these things. Here is the missing person report. I feel like, yes, that we could put this up. So I think we talked about this, around 2 weeks ago? And we know that there was something there in the trunk and we didn't know who it was. Now we're knowing who it is. So at least, horrible, but at least the mom has some closure. I have heard that David is working with authorities. And I mean, I don't think it's fair to throw him under the bus just yet because he is working with them. And yes, it was his car. And apparently from what I've heard is that the mom said that his daughter was dating a boy named David, which obviously ties him to it, but we haven't heard anything of him being in the car or, maybe he has an alibi, maybe his car was stolen. So let's not throw him under the bus completely yet until we get like a police statement or something other than the fact of just us assuming that it was him. Because it really wouldn't make much sense when you think about it. Like, just read the tea leaves. This is your car. You own the car. Your fingerprints are all over the car. You put her there in the trunk, and then you put it in a place, a scrapyard. Why would you do that? Like, I get in hopes that it would just get scrapped up, but like, I would think that it would, like, you would put her somewhere else or do something, not like out in the open to get caught. That's why for me, it doesn't really add up. Just to me, I would think there's other things to do that wouldn't be as risky. You know what I mean? But hey, I don't know this guy or anything about him, so maybe he's just not smart. Look at Tyler Robinson. We all thought he was this big, huge, like super trained, and you come to find out that this guy was as stupid as they come, right? Like texting people on Discord and telling all his friends, leaving notes and all of these things. And by the way, I have no update today on Tyler Robinson. Nothing has happened, but this guy's going to jail for the rest of his life, or he'll be unalive, get the injection, because he has there's no way out of this. Like, it's his DNA is everywhere. So, hey, people are doing crimes these days stupider and stupider. So maybe it was David. You all let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Our first quick story. Stephen A. Smith says Molly abruptly resigned ESPN, and he said the details are none of y'all business. Okay, Stephen. 10 years, a powerful voice at First Take. Now Molly is gone, and people are saying there's something much bigger than a contract fight going on. Stephen A. Smith was blindsided. ESPN allegedly offered her a renewal, but she walked away immediately. She says the news came out of nowhere, and what are they hiding? She said the news came. Oh, sorry, I read that wrong. I was like, I knew something couldn't be right there. She says the news came out earlier than I intended. What are they hiding? I still don't really understand that, but anyways. With uproar over women's rights, equality in media, and who really holds the power behind the scenes, many believe Molly's exit isn't just about money. It's about control, silence, or speaking truth nobody else wants to say. In 2025, when society says it's for equality, when it's for fairness, why does it feel like we're only celebrated until someone gets too loud? Okay. First of all, I love Molly. I wouldn't say like I'm an avid First Take listener or watcher, but during playoff Super Bowl time or during NBA playoffs, whenever this thing's going on, I'll tune into First Take. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. I drag him sometimes on the show, but he's a good dude. But Molly, I love. She's always a voice of reason. She's always just calm, cool, and collected. And for her to just leave like that feels a little weird, man. Like, she is not a Cardi B type of person, or like she's so calm, she's so chill or whatever. So, for them to say that this is a contract negotiation, you don't quit immediately for a contract negotiation unless something was really out of pocket. And Stephen A. Smith just got a big contract, and what's my guy there? Cam Newton just got a big contract with ESPN. So maybe they offered her something so small that she felt like she had to leave immediately. But I've been in enough big contract negotiations. You don't just immediately quit because somebody offered you a lower amount of money. That just doesn't make sense. There has to be something more behind the scenes. There has to be. I don't know if it's a woman's thing or equality thing, or I don't know what it is, but there is something. And you know how things are, nothing stays hidden. I'm sure this is going to blow up and come into something. Molly's going to go on some sort of podcast. She's going to go on her live. Like, there's something here. You just don't up and leave a place that you've been for 10 years. The number one show on TV because they gave you a lowball quote. No, I don't believe it, man. Anyways, here's a quick clip of Stephen A. Smith just telling us it's none of our business and how shocked he is. Take a listen.
Last night, she abruptly resigned as the host of the show. And to say that I'm quite sad about it is an understatement. A lot of times, some of these things happen, and it's just uncomfortable to see. The details, quite frankly, are none of y'all business.
Our second quick story. I don't know why I'm such a problem with my numbers today. Our second quick story. Cardi B finally admits to being pregnant for NFL star and boyfriend Stephon Diggs. Cardi B has finally broken her silence about being pregnant with NFL star Stephon Diggs' baby. A lot of people on the line have tried to warn Cardi B about Diggs and his womanizing reputation, but we all know Cardi ain't about to listen to the noise. This is Cardi B's first child with Stephon, and she has 3 other children with rapper Offset, who she is currently divorcing. As of this moment, Offset hasn't said anything about Cardi B's big news, but knowing Offset, something will be said shortly. What are your thoughts? Is this a glow up for Cardi? All right, listen to her announcement on CBS This Morning with Gayle King. I'll only play a little clip for copyright reasons, but here it is.
Well, yes, I am. I'm having a baby with my boyfriend, Stephon Diggs.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, I don't want to be the one to say I told you so, but I don't know, about 2 weeks ago, I told you so. All right. I told you guys this. I got this from like an inside source, and I saw like a couple of people were dragging me. Remember that time where after she won the case, she was in her hotel room and she took off her jacket and she had this like kind of like it was like a reverse bustier that came out, and all the blogs were like, "Ha, joke's on you guys. Ha ha ha." She had us all fooled. And I literally came on here and I was like, "Okay, Cardi B, you have us all fooled, right? It was just a big joke so you could troll the, content creators. You control the podcasters. You're joking around with us. Ha, ha, ha. You got us. No problem. How about you take off that bustier, go in a little belly shirt, and do that same dance if you're not pregnant?" And I challenged her, and she didn't do it. All right. I knew this whole time that she was that she was pregnant. And the fact that she didn't accept that challenge was even further proof. I think even yesterday we played something with her walking down the Spirit Tunnel with Jennifer Hudson, and was like at Jennifer Hudson's show, and was like, "Come on, bruh. Like, we know what Cardi B's body looks like, man. No, she's not big pregnant yet, but you could tell there was a hint of something there." The bigger question I have is, why did she choose Gayle King and CBS This Morning to make that announcement? That is what I find boggling. Sorry. Why give that to Gayle? And I'm not saying anything wrong with Gayle, like shout out to Gayle, but morning Gayle King, like that's not Cardi's demographic. Like I would see like, I don't know, man, give that to like the Breakfast Club, give that to like, like an independent, I don't know who could she go on? I don't know. Give it to Kelly Rowland and Spotify. Like, give it to, you know what I mean? Like, give it to a peer. Give it to somebody, not a morning show. Like, but maybe her and CBS have something going on. Maybe there's going to be a feature. There's going to be a special. That's how things work, right? It's like, who wants this? All right, we want it. Okay, cool. What are you going to do? Well, we're going to give you a Cardi B special, or we're going to run her concert, or we're going to do this, or blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean? And I just thought about it now. Just rung in my head. Who has the Grammy Awards? Let me check this. Hold on. The Grammy Awards are televised on the CBS television network. I'm a genius, y'all. So I don't even need sources sometimes. I can just figure this out. Cardi B is going to have nominated for Album of the Year. She's going to have this. She's going to have everything. It's going to be Cardi's year next year. For sure, Rap Album of the Year. Anything pop, this, whatever. Okay, now I get it. But regardless, congratulations to Stephon Diggs and Cardi B. Oh, sorry, before I close off, because I have been a little bit critical from when I first found out about this, because I know about Stephon Diggs and his ways. We played a clip for you guys where somebody was in the locker room and asked all the teammates, who's the one teammate that you wouldn't let your sister date? And everybody said Stephon Diggs. Like, he has that kind of reputation. And I did say that Cardi leaving Offset, who, oh my gosh, cheated on her repeatedly, for her to go with Stephon Diggs is kind of like asking for trouble, was my opinion. I was like, yo, Cardi, just take some time. And I even heard that today, where people were telling her, yo, just take a break a second, And she didn't. She said she loves being in relationships, and I totally get that. I'm just a little worried with Stephon's history, Cardi's history of this being like nice for a year or 2 years, but then unfortunately maybe ending up like Offset. Of course, that doesn't happen. I hope she gets married and lives happily ever after. Maybe Stefan has changed. I'm just saying she left one street and like made a left and is on like, and like made a right and came back on the same street. I don't even know she realizes it. Just my 2 cents. You guys sound off and let me know what you think in the comment section below. All right, this brings us to our third quick story. Just found this on the internet, wanted to play it for you guys. I don't have a caption or pictures or anything, but Kash Patel is being questioned literally as we speak again. I don't know where this is. I think the first one was the Senate and this one might be the House, but he's getting grilled and questioned on everything under the sun. And here he is not being able to answer if he helped Donald Trump. Kash Patel refuses to give a direct answer whether he told AG Pan Bondi that Trump's name was in the Epstein files. Take a look.
Remembering your oath to tell the truth, did you ever tell Donald Trump his name is in the files?
I have never spoken to President Trump about the Epstein files.
Did you ever tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
The Attorney General and I have had numerous discussions about the entirety of the Epstein files and the reviews conducted by our team.
Did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files?
And we have released where President Trump's name is in the Attorney's file.
It's a simple question. Did you tell the Attorney General that the President's name is in the Epstein files?
During many conversations that the Attorney General and I have had on the matter of Epstein, we have reviewed.
The question is simple.
Who
did you tell the Attorney General that Donald Trump's name is in the Epstein files? Yes or no?
Why don't you try spelling it out?
Yes or no?
Question has been asked and answered.
You've not answered it, and we will take your evasiveness as a consciousness of guilt.
Okay, I'm not going to play it for a whole 2 minutes. He kept on just beating around the bush, didn't answer it. That's basically a yes. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Our fourth quick story, another thing I just found. Say what? Charlie Kirk supporter said he's our generation's MLK. Can't make this stuff up, people. Take a listen.
Messages that makes him similar to MLK in that way. What change was he trying to enact?
We do believe that Charlie was trying to bring us together and he was trying to lift us towards Christ.
I think a lot of his message, very similar to MLK, was civil discourse, being able to talk with one side, whether or not they agreed or disagreed. It was getting those points across and seeing where each other was coming from.
He's quoted MLK a ton of times, and the most frequently thing he's called is a racist. What a racist quote.
Why do you feel like people may interpret anything?
All right, I know that all of you know who MLK is and what he stood for and what he's about. But just for argument's sake, I just would like to read something to you. Now, you've heard for the past week a bunch of stuff about Charlie Kirk. Some of you knew him before. Some of you didn't. I would like to just read a paragraph and you let me know if you think that Charlie Kirk is this generation's MLK. MLK, or Martin Luther King Jr., was an American Baptist minister and leading activist in the Americans' civil rights movement from 1950 to when he was unalived in 1968. He championed racial equality and justice for African Americans through peaceful protest, nonviolent civil disobedience, leading key events like the Montgomery bus boycott and the 1963 March on Washington. Okay, his efforts were instrumental in passing of the Civil Rights Act and the Voters' Right Act, and he was awarded a Nobel Peace Prize in 1964 for his work. Now, y'all know I'm the fairest person on the internet. Okay, I didn't play the video for you guys yet. Let me play the video, and then I'm going to try to explain to you from their point of view why they think Charlie is this generation's MLK. As much as I don't agree with them, I'm going to explain it from their perspective. I'm going to try. But anyways, take a listen. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to try. And then I'll let you know where I think they're mistaken. Because just to be clear, I don't think Charlie Kirk is this generation's MLK or even close to it. And please let me know if you think he is, and I'm always open for the discussion. So one of the reasons why so many people love Charlie Kirk is for one of the things that one of those students just said. Charlie was never violent. He was never instructing people to like do anything wrong or whatever. All he ever did was sit down in a chair with a microphone and ask people to debate him and have an open discussion about his views and his thoughts. And this is what America is about. It's free speech. We've been talking about this all week. So that approach, especially doing it in a hostile environment like a college campus where there's young kids and, there's a lot of people with different, thoughts and it's not like he went to like safe places, right? Where it was like, I don't know, like a church, or you go to, a place that has like only Republicans or only MAGA. A school, you're going to have a bunch of different races, a bunch of different people, because it's a school just in the area. So you're going to get a mix. So he's sitting down there and he's saying, whoever wants to come and debate me. So you're going to get supporters and you're going to get people that completely disagree with him, and you're going to have a conversation. And I do applaud Charlie for that. There's a lot of people that don't have the guts to do that. You know how hard that is to sit down there and face people every day, argue, ready for people to kind of put you down or, set you up in a place to make you look uneducated or whatever. You got to be prepared. You got to know your stuff or whatever. Like, I give Charlie all the credit in the world. And more importantly, that's what these kids think, is he is literally just trying to bring us together. That's what they think in his head is, he's trying to bring us together, bring us all together in a crowd from all different walks, and then speak to us, and we can have a disagreement and hopefully come to a conclusion and understand each other. That's the comparison in their head to MLK. Bring everybody together. I have a dream that one day we will all sit together, et cetera, right? That we could walk. Here's the difference, is that Charlie is bringing everybody together, but then he is denouncing, insulting, and at sometimes belittling people for their views, people for their choices of whom they want to spend the rest of their life with or whom they want to love, etc., etc. And then he says things about people's races. So he's bringing them together and not extending an olive branch to say, hey, you might not like this right or that right. Please educate me. No, he's saying, come all together. Now, transgender is this is this, DEI is this, black people is this. So he's trying to bring people together and make them all think the way that Charlie thinks is right. And if you leave not thinking that Charlie Kirk is right, that's your loss. That's how he leaves. He's there to try to convince you. If you're on the fence, bring you over to his side, bring you to the MAGA side, bring you to Donald Trump's side. Come over here. This is where you need to be. So this is not a conversation or meeting of the minds. This is a recruitment. That is what Charlie Kirk is doing. And that is not what Martin Luther King was doing. Martin Luther King was trying to bring everybody together to show the injustices of black and brown and minorities and say we do not have the civil rights that we should have. And this needs to be brought to the President of the United States. And these acts need to be changed because they are unfair. They are both bringing people together, but their intentions are extremely polar opposite. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section below. All right, y'all, this brings us to social discussion, comments, and I have an update on memberships. Okay, I have an idea. If you noticed, yesterday I didn't even talk about memberships. Like I said 2 weeks ago, I was like, I'm going to bring it, or last week I said, I'm going to bring it to you guys. I have an idea and I'm working through it and I've seen you guys in the comment section and everything. I have an update. Let me know what y'all think about this. Okay. So, YouTube is still working on putting the join button at the top of my page. And we found out a bunch of content creators doesn't have it. If you want to sign up, the link is below. Okay. It's in the description. I'll put it there every day, but I'm going to change what we're going to do with the membership, and tell me if you guys like it. The Run It by Trent segment has been so popular. You guys have been commenting a bunch of what the names should be. I don't think that we should keep it for membership only. What I would like to do is bring Run It with Trent and have it in the daily segments in our show, and the membership only, the Out Louder membership. I am going to give you guys vlog videos of behind the scenes of whatever it is I'm doing, preparing for the show. It's kind of like what we said, like member only streams, member only videos, but instead of just having the advice segment only to the members, I want to bring that to everybody and give you guys behind the scenes, me being at home, me talking about the show, prepping the show, literally just having one-on-one, and that will only be exclusive member access. And I feel like that is what members should have, right? Where you have access to a side of me that nobody else gets to have. Run It by Trent is, same thing like I do here every day in social discussion, or I'm like, hey, we should do this or whatever, blah, blah. And I told you guys, like, that's really what I want the podcast to be about. So I don't want to just only segment it for a smaller group. I want to make it everywhere. So let me know what you guys think about this. We still have 2 or 3 weeks to kind of like finalize what this membership is going to be, but I think that is a great idea. So with that said, how you could submit your questions for Run It by Trent, and I pretty much that's going to be the name because my mom said that that's the name she likes, and y'all know me. You know me, I love my mom. And a lot of you guys said Run It by Trent. So until I get my first Run It by Trent question, this will be in the normal daily segments. How to submit your questions or your Run It by Trent, whatever it is, whether it's a question about business, mental health, your relationship, anything. It's a way to just ask me what I think about something that's going on in your life, your work, whatever. Just run it by me. I will give you my opinion. I will give you my advice. And then I think what's cool about it is that we, as a community, will be able to comment on it. That's why I want everybody to hear. And maybe people in the comment section might be like, hey, I disagree with Trent, but this is my advice. And you're going to get my advice. You'll get another person's advice and another person's advice. And then we stay with the larger community, because at the end of the day, that's what we're all trying to build here as a bigger community. And the memberships will have really exclusive videos, like not me sitting down here, like me in my kitchen vlogging, or if I'm traveling, or like behind the scenes of like me kind of like just setting up my camera being like, yo guys, I'm tired, or I'm this or whatever, and just talking like one-on-one. And that will be exclusive behind the scenes access. That is how I want to do memberships. Anyways, to submit your Run It by Trent question, you can send me an email, info@trentoutloud.com, or send me a DM on my Instagram, whether it be Trent Out Loud or the Trent Out Loud Show. Send me a DM. In there, if you want, put your name. If you don't want to put your name, give yourself a nickname. Put your location, where you're writing from, your country and city, and what you would like to ask. If you're sending an email, put it in the subject, put Run It by Trent. If it's a DM, just say Run It by Trent, and then say, hey Trent, my job is doing this, or my sister's doing this, or my brother, or my son, or I want to start a business, or I have a mental health question. Whatever it is on your mind that you would like to ask myself and the other Out Louders, their opinion. And where this stems from is I love talking and I love asking people their advice, and I love giving advice. So I hope you guys are excited as me. And again, like I said, for you to sign up for the memberships to get exclusive behind the scenes access, sign up with the link below for the Out Louders membership perks. Okay. Now, next we're going to go to a question. Is your computer, laptop, or cell phone vulnerable to data breaches? Well, let me answer that question for you. Yes, they are. If you are not using Aura, the all-in-one digital security platform, go to my sponsor below, aura.com/TrentOutLoud, to get your 14-day free trial to see if any of your data has already been exposed. If you're ever wondering how scammers get your cell phone number or why your inbox is filled with spam, here is why. There are companies called data brokers, and they sell your data, and they do it without your consent, and they make billions of dollars selling it to marketers, scammers, and even stalkers. That is why I recommend today's sponsor, Aura, to my family, friend, and Out Louders. Aura does their part, taking care of the hard part for you, automatically removing your information off of sites and keeping it off. With Aura, you get alerts if any of your personal information is ever found on the dark web, real-time fraud alerts for credit card or banking information ever found on the dark web, a secure VPN, antivirus, password manager, and they have US-based 24/7 round-the-clock customer service. Also, in the event that anything should happen, Aura also offers a $5 million identity theft insurance package. You are covered on both sides. If you've ever bought anything online, even just one thing, your information is out there floating in this algorithm universe. Aura goes, sends out their bots or whatever it is, gets all of that stuff off online for you. They show you, you click remove, it's there, vanish, and they help you keep it off. Free trial in a link below. I'll put up the QR code here right beside me. They are the best. Don't shop on the internet or buy anything on the internet without being protected by Aura. Trust me, okay? For those of you who have never heard of Aura, they used to be the jersey logo for the Minnesota Timberwolves. If Aura can team up with the NBA, and if Aura can team up with the Trent Out Loud show, then you can also team up with Aura. I just made up that line in the past week or so. I think it's amazing. They should pay me for that. Okay. What's next? Comments. We have great comments. Comments of the day. All right. The first one is from Melva. And Melva is I wouldn't say day one because that's before, but she found me when we went viral. But Melva's been day one since I went viral with Diddy. And before I read Melva's comment, Melva, I forgot to say happy birthday to you. This was from 2 weeks ago, and somebody was like, hey, by the way, you never said happy birthday to Melva. So, Melva, very, very late happy birthday. But because I'm late, I have something special for you. All together, everybody, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Melva. Happy birthday to you. Yeah! Y'all drop some happy birthdays in the comment section below. My homie Melva, man. Yes. Always watching the show. There's not a show that Melva has not commented on. And she has multiple comments in the comment section. Melva, my homie, thank you for the support over this past year. I mean, I think our anniversary is coming up. It's September the 17th. I think Diddy got arrested September the 24th or something. Anyways, coming up on our 1 year anniversary with a lot of y'all, but put some happy birthday Melvas in the comment section, please. Melva, and I'm sorry for missing and saying it to you earlier, but I hope you had a great birthday. Anyways, Melva's comment is, oh my gosh, the GUN details really makes me wonder, how could he have jumped with a GUN that length? I originally thought the package in his hand had the GUN in it. So Melva is talking about something that we played yesterday when we all saw the video of him jumping off the roof and something in his hand, and we all thought it was a GUN, but then closer looking at it, it's flapping and moving around, and it's his clothing that he changed into. So the question is, how did he disassemble the GUN, have it in his backpack, then go into the field and assemble it back? Big question. Melva agrees with me that something is fishy. All right. Once again, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. All right. Next one is from Strawberry Daiquiri from Nashville, Tennessee. Hey, Trent, I consider myself to be a member of the Beehive, and I can say that I'm extremely disappointed. I'm sure in true Jay-Z and Beyonce fashion, they will say nothing about this, but I want answer. These people fight against the rights and liberation of communities that J and B claim to support. The people want to know what's up. All right, Strawberry Daiquiri. I love strawberry daiquiris, by the way. I still, till this day, I don't understand. I mean, it only happened yesterday, but I am still lost. I even put in my stories, I can't understand. I still can't understand. Of course, they're not going to, and I agree with you, they're not going to answer. Of course, they're not. But just why? Why? It's his event. And like somebody said, why are they even there? Why are they at this event? A. B, he has direct access to change his seats. Even if somebody messed up somewhere on the chart, he could change his seat. Even if he didn't realize it until they went to sit down, don't sit at the table, call somebody, be like, yo, set me up on another table. I'm not sitting there. Why? I've been scrubbing for answers and I still can't find it. Next comment is from Peggy, says, maybe Jay-Z is looking for a future pardon. This could be true. Who knows? Maybe Peggy. Yeah, maybe Peggy is right. That rhymes. Next one is from my homie, Gerard Baptiste. I hope I'm pronouncing it right. I've read one of your comments before. What up? Trent, free speech is what Elon, Trump, and their clan decided. It's funny how the right preaches about free speech, yet expels students, arrest, deporting, or people losing their jobs over their opinion. The hypocrisy is loud on the right. Shaking my head. Bruh, I completely agree with you. It makes no sense whatsoever. I mean, we talked about this, and I know that's what you're commenting. I totally agree with you. It's like I say every time I talk about Charlie, like, I don't agree with him, but I have no problem with him because, like we said earlier, he ain't troubling nobody. He ain't, doing anything physical to anybody. His words are hurtful. His words are divisive. His words cause things like this to happen 1,000%. But at the end of the day, this is America and it's free speech, but it's just not fair if it's only allowed and free on one side. So totally agree with you, bruh. All right, next one. Is this Gypsy? I think it is. Gypsy. The fact that Candace is talking crazy should let you know it's not for views or money. She is a mother of 4 and she is ready for whatever. 1,000% agree with you on that one, man. Like, I said that yesterday. Like, she's good. She is good. There's a lot of things that she says and that she does that I disagree with, but she didn't beat around the bush. The first thing she beat around the bush, like, oh, the truth will come out. Oh, I'm going to say this or I'm going to say that. I thought she was going to keep on doing that because that's what a lot of people do. And then they give you like breadcrumbs and they make you wait and wait. She came out the next day and she said, Bill Ackman, this person, that person, there's her phone number. There's the text messages. They're not answering me. Yo, Candace ready for whatever. Yo, totally agree with you. All right. That's it for comments. Oh yes. Social discussion. This is a pretty good one. Devin Haney sues ex-fiance again, demands $300,000 in bags, Birkin, and he wants his diamonds back. Boxing champ Devin Haney is back in court, this time coming for his ex-fiance, Lena, luxury stash. According to TMZ, Haney claims Lena is holding on to $350,000 worth of Hermes bags, diamonds, and an AP watch he gifted her only because they were supposed to get married. Since the wedding never happened, he wants it all back. But this messy saga is getting nastier. Haney already sued her last month for extortion and defamation. Lena clapped back, giving a DV restraining order against him. Getting a DV restraining order against him. Her attorney says Haney's new lawsuit is nothing more than revenge. Now the internet is divided. Is Haney fighting for what's his, or is this a toxic power move to punish his ex? Okay. The social discussion is, you're in a relationship, you're in love, everything is great. And you buy your girl a bunch of stuff. A Birkin bag, a couple of Birkin bags, some diamonds, some this or whatever. Okay, sorry, not girlfriend. Let's just be clear. They're fiance, okay? You're about to get married. Something happens, y'all break up. You want to ask your stuff for your stuff back? What? Bro, you better chalk that up to the game, bro. That's part of the game, son. You're asking your stuff back? Now, from what I've heard, people are saying he actually doesn't necessarily want it back, but because they're going back and forth in court and she's hitting him up with the DV stuff back and forth, he's getting at her where he knows it hurts her because obviously she likes her Birkin bags and she wants her money and she wants this and she wants that. So from what I've heard, he really doesn't care. But for the sake of social discussion, are if you're in a relationship, guys, and you buy your girl gifts, this is not a wedding present. It's not like, hey, I'm getting you this as a wedding present, or I'm getting you this for our wedding day, or I'm getting you that. No, you brought her a gift and she was your fiance. That's a gift. You have no rights to that. That's a gift. Ladies, do you want to give back the gifts that were given to you from your man when you guys were together? And let's even break it down. Like, even if you're in a relationship, never. Like that would, as a man, that would be something I would never ask for. I wouldn't expect that. And I can't talk for women, but I mean, I understand a woman being like, yo, I don't want none of your stuff. Like, here, take it away. I would like donate it to charity or something. That's what I would do. I wouldn't give it back to a rich guy. I'd be like, screw you, but like, I don't want any of your stuff. You thought this is what I was here for, or whatever it is. I would give it all away because I don't want to see things from my exes. But that's just me. I don't want nothing to do with it. I thought about something else. I will say this though, and you guys have heard me talk about this in relationships where, anyways, I'm not even going to talk about it. I've said enough. What do you guys think in the comment section below? Do you think that gifts given during a relationship from either side should be given back? And I have actually one more question. Should an engagement ring be given back? That's a cool thing to ask. I literally just thought about that now. Should an engagement ring be given back? Because that's not a gift. That's like, hey, I would like to marry you. And the girl says yes, and then something happens. She says no. Do you give the wedding ring back? I personally don't want it back. Personally, I don't have nothing to do with it. Take it. You don't want it. Donate it. I don't want it around me. But is that something you should give back? Let me know in the comment section below. All right, y'all, this brings us to question of the day. Drop some cute baby names for Cardi B and Stefon Diggs. All right, I thought this was a great question of the day. The first one is hilarious. Upset. Sorry, you got a horn for that one. Get it? Offset, upset, hilarious. Somebody said Stephanie. I guess Stefan, so Stephanie. Somebody said Karma. That's funny. 4, since it's both their 4th child. Somebody said Steel is cute for a boy. Culture. Oh, they're naming. So Culture, Wave, Blossom, and Steel. Culture, Wave, Blossom, and Steel. I don't see how the Steel fits into that, but okay, whatever. It's going to be a boy. Name him Cardigan. It's kind of a cool name, actually. Cardigan. A little weird as an article of clothing, but whatever. Baby is going to be gorgeous. Let it be twins, Lord. Okay. All right. So many people are not putting names. Not going to lie. A man putting a seed in your ex-wife when you're low-key still in love with her. Got it differently. Okay, let's not talk about that. There's speculation that he got his ex-wife pregnant at the same time he got Cardi B pregnant, but let's not get into that. Stay positive for Cardi B. Still Married is a great name because Cardi B's still married. If it's a boy, Ocean. Culture, Wave, Blossom, and Motion. Motion. It's weird, but kind of cool. It will be another boy. Somebody said Steph Cardi. Flirting. My daughter's name is Empress. Junior, Sir Steph, Lady, Fona, Disney, Bolden, Cartel, Jin, and Mr. Somebody said New Chapter, Bubbles. Who's my daddy? Ouch. Remember that guy, that content creator that was outside of her courtroom saying, is it Offset or is it Stefan's? That's crazy. If that baby looks anything like Offset, it's going to be crazy. Next person said Reset. Off-putting. That's hilarious. All right. I'm going to end it there. That was really funny, though. Child Support Diggs. Anyways, comment below what would be a good name for Cardi B and hopefully Stefon Diggs' baby. Let me know in the comment section below. All right, y'all. That is a wrap on today's show. We had a good show today, man. Big, long show. By the way, if you guys noticed, I've been making the shows long again. I feel like over the summer they got short and people were like, are these shows getting shorter? For the past couple of weeks now, we've been hitting you guys off with full, long hour shows. So I hope y'all are enjoying it. Let me know what you guys think about my new idea for memberships, having vlogs behind the scenes, like one-on-one kind of talking, like recording with my cell phone, not with this camera and lights, like getting behind the scenes with Trent Out Loud. I think it'll be really, really fun, and will just be between us, members only. And now moving Run It by Trent to a daily segment in this show that everybody is familiar with. I just think it's too much of a good idea to only keep it with members. I would like to give that to the world. It's starting as of tomorrow, as long as I get one Run It by Trent. Please, somebody, don't put it in the comments, because I can't always get to see all the comments. I try my best, but sometimes I might miss it or I might not see it. Send me a DM, The Trent Out Loud Show, or Trent Out Loud on Instagram, or send me an email, info@trentoutloud.com. Put in the subject or at the top of the paragraph, Run It by Trent, your name if you want, or a code name or whatever, location, and which one to run it by me on. I'm super excited to start it tomorrow. I hope I get one at least. All right. Before I let you go, so I just reminded you about memberships below. Also, Aura, if you've bought one thing online ever, your information is out there with the link below. Aura can get online and remove it for you. QR code is here beside me. Don't forget to sign up for Aura. Just want to remind you guys of all the ways to keep up with the Trent Out Loud Show. For those of you who like podcasts and listening to the show, we're available on all podcast platforms. Just go to any site, type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. Don't forget to hit the follow and subscribe button so that you can be notified every time we upload a new show. And we upload daily, just like YouTube. For those of you who are like me and like video, head on over to YouTube. This is my favorite way to digest shows. Type in Trent Out Loud. The show will pop up. 5 things I'm going to need you to do. 1, hit that subscribe button. 2, hit that like button. Get the algorithming. 3, please try to comment. I do the show with you. I bring some subjects and topics that we talk about. If you guys don't answer, then I'm just talking by myself, and that's embarrassing. So please don't embarrass me. For those of you who don't want to get involved in the conversation, totally understand. At least drop a comment. Let me know where you're watching from. This is a global show, and I love to see the country and city that you're watching from. 4, if you're really enjoying the show, please try to share it with your family, friends, and loved ones, because it helps them grow in the channel. And 5, for those of you who are interested in some vlog style, behind the scenes, one-on-one with me, sign up to our memberships. The link is below in the description. For those of you who want to follow me outside of the show, I'm available on all social platforms. I'm the most active on Instagram. All the handles are always the same, Trend Out Loud. Talking about Instagram, I've said it a couple of times, and I will continue to say it. Please follow us on the Trent Out Loud Show on Instagram, the best Instagram page out, giving you all the viral, entertainment, political, social news, almost posting hourly. Make sure you follow us there. It is a great way, I feel, to enjoy the show even better, because you're going to see most of the topics that we're going to be talking about. And by the time we post this up on platforms, you'll already have an idea of what we're talking about and have an opinion. You'll get my opinion, and then we could talk about it in the comment section. I think it is a beautiful way for us to be even closer while watching the show. All right. It's like getting the Cliff Notes. You know what I mean? That's it. I hope you enjoyed the show. I will see you tomorrow, and have a great night, or a great morning, or a great lunch, whatever time of day it is. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace!